that motherfucker's boring as shit, ain't it? Let's see what this is. Just go to YouTube and type in backing track. That's all you got to do, Rich. And I don't have any idea what the fuck that motherfucker got to do with Guthrie. But, okay, whatever. over 1 million of these. Well, Chris, I'm told that was totally my thing. I grew up fucking. I don't even remember how to play it. It's been so long. What? I was fucked up. I grew up learning all that shit. And then as I got older, I got into I don't want to say bluesier players, but guys that were more blues based. Guys like Dime and fucking Zach Wilde and shit. Shit like that. Fucking like those weird like Eddie Van Halen dime licks like the weird shit like that, and then like Zach with his whole that whole thing and all that cool shit. And then later on, I got into learning more. I started taking guitar lessons probably. I started playing when I was 8. I met Joe probably when I was about 14, 15. No, I was older than that. I was probably like 19 or 20. I met this guy while I was living in New York. His name was Joe Freyer, and he was in a Latin jazz band. But like Eddie Van Halen was like his biggest influence. So he would take some of that Eddie stuff and apply it to like Latin jazz, So he taught me a lot about. That's when I really got deep into like the jazz theory thing, and thinking about other styles of music to play. And then I spent thousands of hours just playing over backing tracks, back in like 98, 99, 2000, there was a Yahoo chat room that I used to hang out in that had voice chat, and guys would get on the mic and we'd always fucking, I was one of the first guys, with like a Line 6 pod, the big bean looking thing, I was one of the first guys with that stuff so I could plug in direct and do all that shit, and all these other guys were like playing with, the room ambience, just like a live mic like this. I just really got into hanging out there, and from talking to guys hanging out in that room and talking about different styles of music. Like there was one guy that was like super into Korn and like the new metal thing, and then there were other guys. And there's a guy here even that I hang out with that I know, a guy named Denny Mitchler. He's played with. I'm here in Vegas, so he's played with guys like he played with Wayne Newton for a while. He's done a lot of country stuff, and his name in the Yahoo chat was Alien Guitar 9. So he was like a Satriani freak, So he was real big on like the whole Lydian thing, Mixolydian, Vi-ish kind of stuff. He was way into like modal stuff. So I learned a lot from these guys, and then spending time here, being in Vegas, playing in cover bands when I first started here. But I've been an original music guy my whole life. First band I was ever in, we got picked up and toured all over the place and did a lot of cool shit and hung out with a lot of cool guys, a lot of great guitar players, a lot of guys that weren't great but had the right attitude. You know what I mean? Not everybody's got to be the flashy, fast, fucking ripper, fucking. The England Malmsteen. You ain't got to be that shit. It's cool to be able to play some of that stuff, yeah. But then I had a big accident when I was, how old was I, 27, 28? I got in a car accident, and I was in a body cast for 6 months, couldn't play at all, and had to redevelop everything and start all over again. Very frustrating situation. But now I jump on the fucking internet and do this from time to time just to have fun, talk with other people about music and guitars and gear and all that stuff. But it's fun. I produce records for a living. I've worked with a bunch of shrapnel artists. I got to work with Vinnie Moore. I got to work with Jackie Vincent from Falling in Reverse. I got to work with Eric Gales. List goes on and on. The guy Stoney Curtis, who's on their Blues Bureau label. More bluesy player. But it's awesome, man. I've had a great time. Just being in business. Doing cool shit. It's a lot of fun, man. I love it. And now I just sit at home with these backing tracks that I find on YouTube and just try to play over different stuff. And I don't come on here to be like this fancy, like fucking Instagram, YouTube guitar player. I do it just because it's fun. I get in conversations like this with people, and we have fun and we bullshit about gear and technique and theory and all that fun stuff. It's great. My new thing is I started playing with the fingers, on the right hand. A lot of that. It's just a totally different sound, I just have fun with it, And you make a mistake, big deal. Oops. Oops, I made a mistake. Yay. Well, at least it's live, right? It's not like these guys that are like... And fucking they're playing like impossible shit. I never wanted to be that guy, I wanted to... My influences when I started, I was big into Hendrix, Frank Marino. It was basically almost the same guys as Zach was. I was super into Al Di Meola, and then I found all the shrapnel guys in the 80s. Guys like Gilbert and Tony McAlpine and Greg Howe. Howe's still one of my favorites. I still can't play like I don't. This is gonna sound racist as fuck, but I don't care. I'm white as fuck, so I don't have that swing that they have. Like, I try to play like I'm the One by fucking Van Halen, and it sounds like shit. Because I don't have that swing in my right hand from years of playing thrash metal and being super precise with the right hand. Now I don't have that swing. I wish I had that swing. I really do, man. I listen to guys like Greg and Eddie and shit like that, and Guthrie too. And I'm just like, God damn it, I wish I could do that. But I just for so long got into the, super tight right hand for years. But, stretching out and playing over stuff that's not, it's not typical. I love shit like this, like the Pliny stuff is fucking awesome. What key is this one? Oh, A minor. Okay. Yeah, nowadays the lessons are definitely. Yeah, I never really took formal lessons. I was really lucky that my old man was a guitar player, and he showed me my first chords, G, C, all the cowboy chords. He taught me all that stuff. And it's just, I mean, nowadays it's amazing what you can really learn online. You gotta realize, I played guitar. I was born in '76. I was born in the last century. And it gets to a point. Back in the '80s, we had to learn by ear. We didn't really have much choice. You know, other than picking up like Guitar World or Guitar Player magazine, where they had notation and tablature. To this day, I still have trouble reading tablature. I read the regular notes because it wasn't really a thing. You know, so no, yeah. So you totally get it then. 100% you get it. It was different. It was way different than it was back then. You know? You go on the internet and you see 11-year-olds fucking ripping like technical difficulties by Racer X and shit, and you're like, should I just give up? I have those days, man, where I just watch shit and I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't do this. But now it's more about just having fun with it. I'm going to be 50 in January. And it's like, basically a year from now, I'm going to be 50. And at that point, it's just like, I just have fun with it, man. It's all about just having fun. If it makes you happy, whether all you do is play cowboy chords or fucking power chords, it doesn't matter. You play the instrument because you love it, not because you want to impress people. That's why I play it. I play because I love it. I will never stop playing, whether I'm in a band or not, whether I'm writing music or not. It's something I'm always going to do. I'm always going to have a guitar sitting around, and I got plenty of them, trust me. I spent my life collecting guitars and picking different stuff up, and all for different styles. This is definitely my most versatile of the bunch, and I absolutely love this guitar. It's truly amazing. It does everything I need to do, although I did change string gauges recently, and I'm really not feeling these 9s that I'm using. Going to have to go back to either 9.5s or the hybrid set, 10 and 11. But other than that, it's... and it's like, I got fucking Strats, I got Les Pauls. It's cool, fun stuff. And you pick up different things and play differently. I play differently on every guitar I own. It's inspiration, and it's just a totally different thing. Yes, me, 100%. The escape with the guitar for me is the whole big thing. I get stressed out. I get tense. Come in the room, set the lights low like this. Hit the vape pen. Get a little fucking high and fucking just play over backing tracks. I get guys that come here in the chat and they're like, "Oh, dude, you suck." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Go watch a guy that's better." I'm here to just have fun, dude, and have conversations with people and talk about gear, talk about guitar, talk about life. I want this to be a happy place. You get the detractors on the internet, and it's fine. If you guys want to live your life that way and always be miserable and always fucking with somebody, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll fuck with people that deserve it. Dude, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 Schecters right now. And I absolutely love these guitars, man. And I was turned off by Schecter a long time ago. I really wasn't feeling the guitars. I didn't like the shapes that they had. They all had fucking like EMG pickups, and they were made to be metal machines. In the 80s, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. In the 80s, Schecter's was a custom guitar shop, and that's all they did. The first Schecter I ever owned, I got really lucky. I bought it from that guy, Joe Freyer. And it happened to be a guitar that was owned by, I don't know if you know Mike Stern. Mike's like Mike's played with Miles Davis. He's a jazz guy, session guy. Amazing guitar player. If you ever get a chance to listen to him, I highly recommend listening to him. Mike Stern, absolutely incredible. And, he had known Mike for years, and he had bought this Schecter Strat off of him. And it looked like a regular Stratocaster. It had, black pick guard, 3 single coil pickups. And it was just, and it weighed like, no joke, man. It was like 16 pounds. It was the heaviest fucking guitar I ever owned in my life. Heavier than my Les Pauls, way heavier. But it sounded so good. And it got me listening to him a lot. It got me listening to like Miles Davis and all the experimental jazz cats. Schofield and fucking, I'm totally drawing a blank. Scott Henderson, his stuff, Tribal Tech. And just like Alan Holdsworth and his angular, progressive stuff. Not really super melodic, you know what I mean? It's just take it and go where you want to go with it. Whether you, like I said, whether you play cowboy chords or fucking, you're a progressive gent guitar player that's fucking tapping every other thing and boom, playing 13 strings on your guitar. I own a 7-string. It's actually a copy of this guitar. It's the exact same guitar, just in 7-string form. Well, I got into doing the 7-string thing for a while in the 2000s, like everybody. This is the 7-string version. Same guitar, just with the lower string. You see how much I don't give a fuck? I'm literally in pajamas. It's super heavy. This has got much heavier strings on it. I probably got 11s on this right now. I don't know. I haven't played it in a couple months. It's been sitting in a closet. But when I saw it, I was like, I have the 6-string version. I have to have the 7-string version. I'm one of those guys. It's like, oh my God, it's my guitar. But if you look at the two guitars, I say this to another buddy of mine all the time. If you look at the two, I love the way this one has this like dark center. It almost looks like if you know John Petrucci and you know his guitars have this like shield that sits in like this section, and this guitar has that cool, like, it's darker in the middle, the way they book matched it. And I dig that way more than the way this one looks. But it's cool to have both. Just more options, When I'm recording songs, if I need like extra layers and stuff to make stuff heavier or darker, I use the 7-string a lot. Not that the main riffs or anything are like played down there in that register, but like just enhancement stuff, But again, cool guitar, love playing it. I have a whoop, all my straps are tied up. Come on. You can get off that. Thank you. And then I have one of their, I'm trying to remember what they call this one. It's a Reaper, I think, or a Banshee. Banshee FR. This is another Schecter. Reverse headstock. The cool racing stripes. I had a buddy of mine make me some guitar pickups for it. There's a company called Jalen. Greg Hessinger, super awesome guy. Big shout out to Greg and Jalen Guitar. I had them do these for me, just to match it. And this one's got cool inlays too. It's got the Roman numeral numbers that go up the fretboard just on the one side, which is cool. I just dug the look of it. It came all purple, and then I put a bunch of gold hardware on it. Purple and gold's like my thing. I love it. But yeah, man, as long as you love playing and you're feeling it, it don't matter. Just have fun. My problem with the backing tracks that are online is that they're all like the same chord progressions. Not like they're the same chords, but they're the same movements. You know, they move through the same type of progression. Like, oh, I'm not plugged in. Oops. And it's just like you kind of know where they're going. So I wind up falling into the same, you know. Dude, these guys that play like 8 strings and stuff, like Tosin Abasi, amazing guitar player, dude. You know, that thumb stuff and the slap stuff that he does with Animals as leaders is amazing. Truly amazing. But I picked up an 8 string probably twice in my life. And probably a 9 string once. I think we was with the once or twice. And it was just like, dude, it's like trying to play a 2x4. You know, the neck is this wide, and you're like, you know, all weird trying to reach and shit. It's just not my gig. Give me 6, give me 7 once in a blue moon, and I'm okay. But these guys are amazing, man. You know, I was like Tim Henson and the guys from, was that Polyphia? Amazing stuff. It's just, it's the next level. You know, every generation we get guys that just move it to the next level. You know, and then you have guys like Guthrie that can play anything. And it's just like, dude, how do you get this good? Do you just like never leave the house? Do you not talk to people? I got a life. I got a job. How do you get this good? But Guthrie is 100% my like obsession right now. I'm so obsessed with him. Everything he does, and being lucky enough to play with somebody like Hans Zimmer is just like, oh my god. You know, I do a lot of like weird, cool ambient shit too. Like I play through a Kemper, and just like this, you can do all this cool ambient shit with the reverbs that are in it. I honestly think those little 8-year-olds are like previous amazing guitar players, like reincarnated into another body. There's this young, I don't know if she, I'll say, there's this young Asian girl. I don't remember her name, but I've seen her a bunch of times on YouTube and Instagram, and she just rips. You know, all the Racer X and the Pearl Gilbert stuff, and she's just amazing, dude. And she's so, the guitar's bigger than she is, and she's just killing it, man. And I'm just like, I want to give up. I'm done. I'm giving up. I'm not gonna do this shit no more. But I will say, playing over backing tracks online is probably the most important step I ever took into guitar playing and improvisation. You know, once you learn all the scales and stuff, and then you learn songs and stuff, it's cool. But it's when you need to come up with your own ideas and your own stuff that you do. You know, I have one or a couple songs out on the internet, and you know, I like writing original music. You know, that's really my thing. But being able to play over tracks like this just lets me find like different licks and different ideas. And if I find something cool, you know, I'll come back later on and I'll rewatch what I did, and I'll be like, oh, that was a cool lick. How did I do that? You know, and I'll go back, and that's why this is fun. You know, oh, that's the thing that makes it fun. You know, I love it. Give me my effects. Let's see. I'm never going to be as good as a lot of people. But I don't, when I was younger, I definitely looked at it like that. And it's definitely a thing when you're starting to play and learning how to play. You know, you want to be good, but you got to realize that good thing is a sliding scale. You're not expected to play like Joe Satriani when you first start playing. You're expected to learn your cowboy chords and be able to do that stuff. And that, for when you're starting, is good. But to be somebody that's, a good way to put it is genre, either genre defining or somebody that creates like a new sound. Like, who's good examples that are from like our generation? Guys like Malmsteen and Uli John Roth is a good example. George Lynch is a great example. Warren DeMartini from Rat was a huge one. For me, Jakey Lee was always big. The Aussie guitar players were always big for me too. I was a big Iommi fan. Love Zach. Randy's great. But Jake is my guy. Totally my guy. Being able to play like Jake was always my barometer. I always wanted to be able to play like Jake. And I do. I play just as sloppy as him too. When I used to play in the online guitar chat rooms, I would joke around, I am the Jimmy Page of metal. Because Jimmy Page was always sloppy as shit just because he had that like, how do I explain? I don't know. There's like this slipperiness in his playing, Like, I mean, the classic. I mean, that's the best way to look at it. Just the... he didn't play... He didn't play that. He played... there was vibrato and there were bends and it was ugly and it was... that's the shit I love. We just lost one of my biggest influences as far as my playing. Yes, Jake was bark. Jake was 100% bark at the moon. I haven't played that shit in a long time. I don't even know if I can play it. I haven't played it in like 15 years. Yes, John Sykes. Sykes was a huge influence. That fucking Whitesnake record, man. I spent so much time learning every lick and every fucking thing on that record. He was my guy, dude. I found Sykes through Whitesnake and then went backwards into like Thin Lizzy and Tigers of Pantang. I found him 100% through Whitesnake. I heard heaviest fucking thing ever, dude. And then he had that up. So heavy. And great riffs like... Oh, wait. But that shaking the chord thing, 100% in my playing, totally stolen from John Sykes. Because it just gives it more humanity. Yeah, there's guys all day that can... And it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's totally cool. If that's what you're into, awesome. But to take a guy like Sykes and watch him go and shake a fucking chord and make it sound like a human, somebody singing a note. Ah, that's that's where music is for me. For me, music lives in that soul department. You know, if it's got funk and it's got groove and that's totally my bag. You know, another guy I love a lot and I have a hard time playing his shit is Nuno. Nuno's another guy I am super into. You know, I had a cover band here for a while and we used to do what the fuck's the name of the song? It's so weird that I remember how to play the song, but I don't remember the name of the fucking song. Warheads. I had to get to the chorus. Would you like to? Like I said, I can't play like him. I'm sloppy as fuck, but but I love fucking Nuno. Dude, there were great guitar players in the 80s. There were great guitar players in the 90s. Seriously, man. I mean, I look at guys like Adam Jones from Tool, Dean DeLeo from Stone Temple Pilots. Dean was amazing, man. People do not appreciate him enough. He wasn't a ripping shredder guy. You know, that wasn't his thing. But he had these chord voicings and this beautiful just depth to everything he played that I love. Jerry Cantrell's another guy I really love. Great vibrato, great feel. You know, the solo in Man in the Box is one of the greatest fucking recorded guitar solos of all time, in my opinion. You know, just great stuff, man. We grew up with these killer players, and we were lucky enough that the stuff wasn't impossible. You know, like the shit kids do today. Have you ever looked at John Gom? John Gom is an acoustic player. I don't know if you ever watched him or heard him, but look him up. I'll type his Jongomm. He has this song called Passion Flower, and he does this thing with an acoustic guitar and his voice that it's fucking just glorious. I bought the sheet music because I wanted to learn how to play that style. No. He's got like banjo tuners and he retunes the guitar in the middle of playing and took the Michael Hedges thing and just totally took it to the next level. Amazing player, dude. If you want, I cannot even explain. And he's a solo guy. It's just him, an effects processor, and an acoustic guitar. And he does the most insane shit. He doesn't play guitar traditionally. It's all touch and tap guitar. And he plays rhythms while he plays. Just fuck you, dude. I can't deal with that shit. He's amazing. Absolutely incredible. Give me 1 second. I got 900 texts. But yeah, if you want to check him out, absolutely amazing. He's going to make you want to quit. I'm telling you. Chris, he will make you want to quit. He's another one of those guys that just has this insane technique. Absolutely insane. He's amazing. Just look up John Gomm, Jongomm, and then Passion Flower. All one word, I think. And he's... Wait, you know what? Fuck it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hold on. I might. Who the fuck knows? This is like the most incredible, amazing thing. Hold on. I should be able to do this. Yep. See? Beautiful. Tell me that doesn't just want to make you quit. Just like, not only is he doing this incredible guitar shit, he's singing at the same time with a great voice. Yes, he's literally changing tunings while he's playing, dude. It's just like, it's next level shit. And I just go, fuck you, man. It's so terrible. So terrible, man. Right? He's so good, Rosie. Oh my God. One of my favorites in the world. But yeah, I just go in and I type backing tracks. If I know this, sometimes you know the song, sometimes you don't. And, you know, there's all these companies like Elevated Jam Tracks, backing tracks by Tim that I use. But, yeah, man, absolutely. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you for coming and hanging. I appreciate it. I'm going to get into some slow ballad backings in D minor. Well, hello, Gerald. How are you? What's up? Where you going? What are you doing, Gerald? What's up with you? Has he been outside this whole time?
No.
What are you doing, buddy? You want me to stop? Does it hurt your ears? It's hurting mine too because I suck. I'll be back in just a second. Love you.
I love you too. It's going to take me 20 minutes to get to her place, and then we're just going to gallivant for a little while.
Take your time.
Okay. Let me know ahead of time when you need me to come home so that I have enough time to drop her off and come home.
I don't need you to dinner.
You want me to pick it up? Do you want me to pull something out?
Your call.
Okay. We'll figure it out as we go along then.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too. Wow, that delay's loud. Woot. Better. Synthwave style jam track in B minor. Let's see what that is. Well, that was interesting and different. I gotta remember that melody. I like it on the G better. Yeah, I saw the synthwave thing and I'm like, that's totally a Rosie thing. Well, that's an interesting key. I don't want to do metal. Rocking out with Dokken inspired bass backing. No, we'll skip that. AOR style 80s. All right, so this is like Journey. They don't even have that listed right. Sounds like every shitty 80s metal band ever. Terrible. Terrible. Well, that's interesting. All right. He's starting to get super picky and is needing attention. I'm going to go give the pup some attention. I'm going to go grab some lunch. And then I'm probably going to play some video games. So I will catch you all later. Thank you for tuning in, Rosie. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Chris, I know you ain't here, but you were hanging out. Thanks. Everybody else, Rich, everybody else that came by. Appreciate it. I will talk to you all soon.